Okay. Well, welcome uh, to not Farming Simulator, but Minecraft? So, this, I decided to do something a little different, is the original world that we set up. Me and a friend of mine set up a long time ago when it first released on PS4. So, we're on PS4 edition. This is the spawn where we spawned in. And most people would say, oh, yeah, this is a great place to spawn in. Nope, not us. We said, let's go do the counterintuitive thing, and let's go to the taiga. So we did. This is a sand mine. You can never have enough sand. Actually has useful purposes. So, on the first day we spawned in, we went this way. And climbed to this cliff. And we headed through here. And actually, we hunkered down right here for the first night. And it was very complicated. So what followed was workbenches being crafted for no apparent reason. And we began to tunnel. We came down. And we tunneled. Tracks are set up much later. So we tunneled down this way, and we tunneled down this hallway. And we made this whole thing within the first little bit of the night, or the first day. So this whole hallway we kind of hollowed out as we dug along at max depth, and we just kept on going, and we followed our little maps until we got to here, when we started to dig up. This is our central mine. It goes back quite a ways. And after we hit lava in each one of our rows, we block it off so that we know that that row's been got. So it's a pretty comprehensive system, so we know where we're going, and then we get turned around, and so we have a pretty clear idea where we're going with the mines. But we dug up. And this is our failed attempt at a slime farm. We know that there's a... Did it fail? No. Do I have a wooden sword in here? Oh, yes I do. So, here's how we're going to do this. Wooden swords are best for slime. To battle! Ooh, little slimes. So, that's a thing that I will tell you, is that slimes are actually good for... or wooden swords better with slime. For those of you who've been playing forever, it's inherent, but that was something I learned. Put that back there. Alright, so continue our way up. We actually dug up, dug our whole stairwell out, and dug up, all the way up. We'll come back to this in a minute. To here. And we actually popped out right about here. So, this is about where we popped out. Now, we have all of our buildings and everything set up around here. However, at the time, it was just in some hills. So after we set that up, we set up a bed and a farm. At that point, the only thing we could farm was wheat. Now, the next thing we did was set up our passage to the nether and an incinerator with a secret compartment underneath. Pretty cool, right? But it got better. We set up an auto harvest farm. So the way this works is that the water runs down, knocks down all of this wheat, and right now the water is being held in place by those pistons using redstone circuits. When I flip those switches, oh, and I might add, it's unnecessarily convoluted. But once you flip them, the water comes down, rushes down, and brings everything down into these hoppers. And the hoppers run to a box somewhere down the line. Anyways, so once we do that, then we have to go back and seed it all. I don't feel like doing that. The next thing we did is we made all of these chests, but the next thing we actually did was we went and made a huge box in the middle of the sky. Oh, we have a sheep farm too, with 2 sheep. There used to be more, but they disappeared. So before we get to the huge box in the sky, we actually made a cobble generator. I don't have a pickaxe, I don't think, and I don't know if one's in here. For some reason I can't get to it. Okay. Great. So I'll show you a little bit of that. So right here we have an infinite repeater, which loops into that. Oh God! He wanted to be my friend and blow up. Oh, woo! Cool. So I can give you a little demonstration of how this works. If it's gonna work, yes. So, there's lava underneath there and water. Both are infinite sources. Pistons push the water and the lava up constantly, allowing for infinite generating of cobble. So, another unnecessarily convoluted masterpiece of ours. The next thing we did was made Bobo Labs. And like I said, there is a box in the sky. Another wart farm. We'll get to the box in the sky in a minute. We actually made that first. But we decided to make Bobo Labs. And we decided to call it that for many reasons. But we made this useless building in the middle of, on top of a hill. And it's on top of a pretty big hill. And we made this to conduct experiments, such as, will a sheep or a cow despawn within a 4-block span? Answer, no. And then this used to be a chicken farm, but we figured a much more efficient way of doing it. That monstrosity over there is what we first built. None of these passages were there, it was all outdoors. And that's the first entrance down in there. But we'll get to that. The next thing we did was we built a sugarcane farm up here. Pretty simple, straightforward. And this one was actually circuited pretty reasonably. All the sugarcane comes right to me. And flip the switch. Pistons. We replicated this, I believe, with cacti in a more convoluted way. As you can see, it's a simple repeater switch. On, off, pistons open, closed. Alright. And if I can ever get up here. One of the more fun and useless things we did was we created this. It's great. It's snowing. This was a telescope. More of a joke. This is the viewing end. More of a joke than anything else. Classy still. As you can see, that's the monstrosity we built. Now we did this all in survival. Oops. So, which brings me to our next item. And that was we had a huge valley next to us. And we said, wouldn't it be cool if instead of a huge valley, we had a cavern? And so, we did just that. We put a dome over the entire thing. Pigs sitting on the cliff, precariously perched, and all. And then on the bottom we grew a bunch of trees. Bottom's cobblestone, torches, lit it up. Once in a while a mob will spawn. We were going to make even more levels to come all the way up to here, but interest waned in that project as we realized we couldn't just live underground. We had other aspirations, such as this. This is the monster grinder. It doesn't work too well. Huh, weird. Then we also had this. This was actually... Which way was it? Oh, in here. This is actually our enchanting library. So, say I want to enchant this. Can we do it? No. As you can see, it goes up pretty high. I don't have enough levels to enchant, therefore I won't. Whee! And that above us is the waterway, blocked by a piston. Another ridiculous test. We were trying to farm saplings. It didn't turn out too well. Let me just say that. So the next place we went is down here. This is the artificial forest that we created. The thought was that we would just exist underground and in our buildings, and we would never come out. We'd have no need for wood, everything would be located within our buildings, and it would all be pretty cool. But that didn't work out. We wound up building the monster grinder and everything. However, we did build, I think I have forest over here too, yeah. I don't remember that. Anyways, we built all the way over here. And I don't know what we were doing here. I guess we'll find out. I don't remember. So, now you're just coming on an adventure with me because I don't remember what I was building. Now, mind you, I haven't played this in a long time, too. Oh, yeah. This was the leftover remains of an old model we had used for a chicken cooker. So, the chickens, the intention was the chickens would fall all the way down this before hitting a lava blade, cooking, and dropping into a hopper. But we developed a much quicker and more efficient method of doing cooking chickens that's broken now. In one of the patches it broke. It used to work perfect, but I think in one of the patches it broke. Plus, since I'm all the way over here, it despawns on the other side of the map. So, alright. It's more bread. Now, after we were done with all that, we actually made a spleef arena to play spleef, but the whole time we had to hit those mines pretty regularly to produce what we needed. And then we have our pet cow right here. His name's Edgar. He lives there. Then we decided we were going to make an island. We were playing a survival too. So granted, this island was pretty cool for us. And then we had to lure, I believe we lured a villager all the way to it. So of course we're going to have to stop and load a couple chunks. This island over here. We had to work to get a villager all the way over there. And then we had to take down the roadway. So we just had a tram running to it. Whoops. And this is our desert island with villagers. Pretty cool. Cacti. I thought maybe that... Oh, you did not just do that to me, Mr. Skeleton. Meow, 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 no, meow. What did he drop? Was this? Oh, bone. Okay. Thought he dropped something else. I changed the little graphics for it. So, that's that. Above us, we'll pass under the big hall we built. And yes, we did beat the Ender Dragon the right way. And that is the Spleef Arena. But we'll get to that. So underneath, we had to put plenty of torches because while building, we were falling off the platform and mobs were spawning underneath. It was dark, and they would just start spawning under there. So, we had to light it up, which was a gargantuan task in and of itself. Hello, sheep. Now then, the box in the sky. After we'd finally finished the box in the sky, we built hallways. And it's snowing. Great. And it was only half this size. This is the extension. This was the original. In it, we built a cow farm. We had an old organizing system that never worked. It never worked. And then we built this extension shortly thereafter. So this connected the big box in the sky to one of the hills where there was a cave in it. We hollowed out the cave and built this room for the sole purpose of this view. Hello, pig. So that's the tram that we just took. That's our big box in the sky, and there is the Spleef Arena. What's in here? No. Okay. We were using this room for testing for something. Not really sure what we were doing with it. And I know for sure we were doing some, we were pretty heavy into redstone testing and trying out different circuitry and different combinations of the circuitry over here. All of which ultimately culminated in this here. This is the chicken cooker. And it cooked chickens. It actually did cook chickens, so it's not 100% broken, but it's sort of broken. This is a failed experiment at a TV screen. It does work sometimes, and other times it doesn't work at all. So, this is the redstone circuitry that we used for it, with some other tests that we wanted to try. Main circuitry right here, and that cart is going. Anyways, it's convoluted. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on how it works, and I'm not going to try to make it work. The chicken cooker, on the other hand, we do know works. There's an infinite sequencer right there. And this was our attempt at zombifying a villager. Pumpkins and watermelon farm right there. We had tried doing an organizational thing for a while, but it didn't work. cactus farm over there. This is our auto harvesting cocoa farm. Where we make, where we can plant our cocoa beans to use for, oops. We can use it for stuff. So, show you a little bit about the chicken cooker. This is my buddy's special design. Glorious, it's snowing up here. So, chickens, all in here. We'll just chill out. Eventually eggs will fall, come out, fall down in there, and it'll actually drown the chicken, not kill it right away. We have a solar panel right here. This actually functions as part of the circuitry, and all of the circuitry actually functions. This was a horrific, failed experiment. We were going to have an open arena with a random mob spawner. It didn't work out. We kind of got lazy, and then I think that was close towards the end of when we all just kind of pieced out on Minecraft for a while. So that happened. Was the thing. I think it's once we perfected the game and got all the trophies at the time. Bunch of new trophies now. This is the Spleef arena that was built. That's the storage for the snow. And this is the Spleef arena itself. We created the stadium lighting, and then the roof looked really cool, and then we just decided instead of plain walls, we're going to use lighted up with glowstone and have water falling down around it. So it's pretty cool. It's actually a lot of fun if you play together and you get the wood shovels. Kind of enjoyable. And then we had to create a maintenance area. That was for our snow golem. The lava is underneath here, and so I had 2 levels of spleef. Believe it or not, this actually works pretty well, and it's actually kind of enjoyable. So I was thinking about making like 4 levels at the time, and then underneath there's the lava level, or the lava pit, where you fall and die. So best not to play spleef if you have stuff on you like I do right now. Oops. I don't have any armor, so I wouldn't lose a whole lot. And where's that chicken? I need to eat something. Oh, guy's hungry. And so that's pretty much it. Give you a good look over the whole place, see what we built, and by the end of the time that I was, by the end of the time I was done, this is what we achieved. Monster grinders right there. There's Bobo Labs. On the opposite side, we actually have the tramway that goes to the island right there, runs underneath it, and that's pretty much it. There's the incomplete top of the monster grinder when we actually realized the monster grinder didn't work the way we wanted it to. So it's left unbuilt. Observation rooms. I'll give you a little look before we end here. I'll give you a little look into the monster grinder. It really doesn't work very quickly. I suppose it works at a fashion, but it doesn't work too well. Doorbell. We have a little pathway that leads underneath here. our circuits on the piston actually stalled out, so that's problematic. So nothing's actually running right now. There, now it would run. The piston that actually drops all the stuff would actually run. However, the problem that we discovered was that nothing ever really spawned up in the monster grinder. So, let me pop up here. These were the observation rooms. The point of them really being was to check and see if anything spawned in here. There's a block of ice in there. Well, this would leave reason it turned to ice. So, yeah, kind of broke. Yeah, and one of the updates, it turned half of our map. This used to all be like forest. It turned half the map into taiga. Thus now, what used to be running water, see, all this water runs and the mobs fall down. But it takes a long time for anything to spawn. So this design really doesn't work too well. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!